All right, coming up on Talk is Cheap, we're going to talk about and discuss the world-famous Dr. Sebi and his cure for cancer, well, the cure-all for all diseases. Stay tuned. Welcome to Talk is Cheap, or Cheap is Talk, and Talk is Cheap. I'm Dale Westaby, and I'm here with Dan.
Yo.
And Pete today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the internet.
And today we were suggested by the user profile Timmy Num Nums to talk about Dr. Sebi.
Love our Timmy Num Nums.
You didn't want to do this topic just because of his name.
Yeah, I know, right?
And we're here to talk about an amazing man, Dr. Sebi, and the cure for cancer.
But before, should we do a shot?
Oh yeah, we have these homemade apple pie shots.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know if that's just a Wisconsin thing or Midwest.
This Dr. Sebi is pretty... I'm interested in this because I've had this on the list for quite a while, and I scratched the surface, and it sounds pretty interesting.
World-renowned famous. He's the holistic nutritionist practitioner that heals people and has claimed to cure people of any disease. And here's why he is world famous over any other holistic witch doctor person out there. And it's because he is the only person that was arrested and taken to Supreme Court for malpractice and claims that he could cure people of cancer, AIDS, HIV, diabetes. And he came out of court not guilty.
Really?
So he lives in the U.S. or did?
Yeah, he lived in the United States. He does not live in the United States right now. And this man was naturally born in Honduras, November 26, 1933. Came to the United States as a hard-working man. His holistic history goes way back because his grandmother instilled him with the African importance of herbal healing. And so he had that back knowledge. And when he came here, he was working hard, living the American way. And he went to the doctor because he wasn't feeling well, and he was obese, chronic asthma, diabetes, and impotency. He couldn't get a hard on when he went on command.
That's the worst.
Sometimes that happens.
Speak for yourself.
Like a lot of people pumped with drugs, like Western medicine wasn't doing shit for him. And he ended up finding a medical person in Mexico, this gal that was an herbal healer, that told him that you are going to die unless you do what I tell you to do, and put him on a very strict diet, put him on supplements, and told him to fast for 90 days. That's a long time to fast without dying, but granted, he was obese.
Yeah, right. He had a lot of
What was
reserves.
Did he fast with just water, or what was he doing?
I don't know that for an exact fact.
Okay.
Yep.
He doesn't really say, and I watched a lot of his speeches where he reiterated the same stuff, and he doesn't say how he fasted, because there's different types of fasting. You're right.
A lot of times, you're allowed water and maybe like X amount of crackers.
Well, I did like a 3-day
that.
orange fast, so
Just only oranges for 3 days?
oranges, and I had the smoothies, so I
Okay.
mean, you're getting a lot of what you need.
Yep.
And you felt better, right? You felt cleansed?
Yeah, I was light.
It feels good to get rid of those toxins, and that's exactly what this guy did. And when he was done with this, he went back to the doctor, and of course he was no longer obese because he fasted. He no longer had any signs of asthma, no signs of diabetes, and claims to this day he can get a hard-on like no other.
Do we got testimonials on that?
Yeah.
Sounds
like a good...
ask his 4 wives.
Yeah, well, yeah, right?
He got the job done. But he saw value in that, and so he decided that it was his calling. He never saw himself doing that. In quotes, he said to himself that all he wanted to do in his life is smoke cocaine, snort it, and chill.
That was his labor of love.
And it was his labor of love. Yeah. And so he had a calling, and he's like, I got to spread this with the world and maybe make some money with it too. So he started his own business.
Time out. So after he lost all this weight, did he continue with the cocaine smoking and snorting? Not sure.
He does not disclose to that as part of his program.
I might have keyed
but he
in on
does
his
not
weight
say
loss
not to do it.
thing too.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
And so he created a website called Dr. Sebi Cell Food. And we're talking, I got the website pulled up here. he's all about changing your body from acidic to alkaline, because he says when he went to court, Supreme Court, he said there was only one disease, and even the judge laughed at him and be like, "Are you serious? One disease?" And he's like, "Yes, the only disease that you have is mucus." He's like, every single disease starts with mucus. Bronchitis, mucus of the throat. Pneumonia, mucus of the lungs. Diabetes, mucus of the pancreas.
Really?
So in court, it said, what about AIDS? You know? And he's like, that's mucus of the lymphatic system, blood, and the skin. And he said, if you change your body to be alkaline with my specific diet and regimen, you can get rid of all of these. And Supreme Court required him that for every disease he said he could cure, he had to bring one patient he actually cured, cross-checked by 2 physicians.
To make sure they're disease-free.
Disease-free.
And
They were diagnosed with the AIDS or the cancer and that they got rid of it. He not brought in 1 for each, which would have been 9 of his claims. He brought in 77.
Really?
Yep. And it was a jury base, mind you.
Yep.
But they found him not guilty. What is he doing here, with these supplements? His cell food plan cleanses the body of accumulated toxins, and he has so many different types of supplements that you can buy in the bottle for like $20 to $50 per bottle for a month's supply. It gets pretty damn expensive. His all-inclusive supply, where you get everything, is $1,500 for a month.
For a month?
For a month. And he claims that he sells over 1,000 of these a week.
So if you have cancer, this is something that you would...
So all the rich people are
purchase?
using it?
Yeah, I mean, if you have cancer and you have $100,000 in debt, wouldn't you spend $1,500 on a shot?
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
So you got to take... Are those all different pills?
Yep, and so basically each type of his supplements specialize in detoxing a different organ in the body, a different part of the body for a full body cleanse, because one thing will only cure one, but the toxins will be in the rest of your body.
Sure.
Wow.
Let's see here. Wow. Yeah, it's pretty intense.
So wait a minute. So okay, never mind. I was going to digress.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, so we last time we got together, we talked about the Ubuntu organization. So for $30 a day, could I join a group and then just get a month's supply of, have this as a month's supply?
I don't know
Be
if
the
I have
healthiest
this-
community in the world.
You'd be ahead of the game too.
They would need that in the community.
So you can catch that in editing, Dano.
That's a lot of...
So, how credible and factual is this? You can go into, many physicians highly agree that all diseases are in an acidic state of the body. So there's a lot of truth in his supplements. Is it worth $1,500? I don't think so. You can alkalize your body in
with
many
my
other ways.
Current income, it's not. Yeah.
You tried it?
I haven't tried it yet, but I do plan on alkalizing my body for my better health. And, there's certain foods you can eat, like eating like chocolates, peanuts, walnuts, definitely meat and beer acidifies your body and creates chronic illnesses. Things like quinoa, wild rice, canola oil, flaxseed, and olive oil, they actually alkaline your body. Some of the things that surprisingly alkaline your body are like lemons and limes. Acidic, but it is an alkalining compound. Dr. Sebi's diet was completely cutting out meat and everything that could make your body acidic while taking his special herbal cleanses.
So looking at this chart, you basically want to eat everything on the right side?
Pretty much, I think.
Yep, eat everything on the right side, avoid everything on the left side.
I'd like to point out it tells you not to eat any meat.
I told you that before.
We have Houston. We have a problem with this already. But,
and it's a great discussion. It's so easy to say the answer is all I got to do is eat all the stuff on the right and pretty much become a vegetarian, and I'll live forever. But you're not going to do that. A famous quote by Mark Twain is, "I knew I'd live 10 years longer if I stopped smoking cigarettes." But then I'd be 10 years without cigarettes. You're still going to eat that cheeseburger.
Right.
It's bad for you. And, that's all it takes is if you have chronic health, you can do so much to better your health just by changing your diet. Say you might have cancer today and not even know it. It takes several years for, say, like HIV or even cancer, for even symptoms to show up. And all it could be is a corrective diet to even stop the harm from even happening. Modern treatments like radiation, you're killing your cells trying to boost your get your immune system to kick in. This is kicking in your immune system before the harm is done. Invasive surgery oftentimes makes it worse. Chemotherapy, again,
Junk.
ruining yourself, poisoning yourself, trying to kick your immune system into full gear.
That's destroying everything instead of the bad cells. It's destroying the good ones as well.
You can't specifically target it. So basically, alkalizing your body makes it a toxic environment for diseases, all while improving your immune system.
I noticed here
to
on the
fight
right,
diseases.
we got breast milk.
I think there's a market for that.
Well, I'm sure you can buy it. Well, what I find interesting here, looking at this chart, Dale, is that if you look at on the fruit sections, lemons, limes are the most alkaline forming foods. And when you think of lemons and limes, you think of acidic, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you're eating an acidic food that is making your body more alkaline. It's a little counterintuitive, but it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's good to know. And like everything that's loaded with sugar, definitely stay away from. Body instantly takes extra acid, makes acid that
That's the
get
problem.
rid of it.
I'm eating a lot of the dairy. I'm eating a lot of the grains.
And
Drinking the alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rum and cokes aren't good. But I look at the alkalizing side of the chart too. Summertime around here, I'm heavy on the vegetables, so that's a good thing, right? Love me my asparagus and tomatoes.
And in
stuff.
due process, you probably feel better and are more energized.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
I got some quotes. I think Dr. Sebi is doing a great thing, teaching people to eat healthier, live healthier, be more alkaline, and have less sickness. But from my perspective, he was a businessman taking advantage of a good idea. He admits and boasts that he's never went to school. He's never went to kindergarten. Nothing of the system.
Well,
that's something to be proud of.
Sometimes those are smarter.
It's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
But he also says he'll never read a book either, and that everybody's a liar except him. He also quotes.
No way.
He just says
Is that an actual quote?
Yeah, it's actual quote. Actual quote. Actual quote. I've done some very mischievous things.
Oh, so he
I'm
never
a very
said.
mischievous person.
So he never said anything about lying.
Oh, he has said. Oh yes, I just don't have it written down. I can
Where
source
is that?
it.
Yeah, you got to give me a source.
I'll give
on
you a
that.
source.
Yeah.
That's funny. The way you just mumbled and muttered it under your breath, and everybody else is a liar.
Yeah.
What?
He also says things, because he's uneducated, that all sugar comes from Europe. All sugar does not come from Europe.
No.
Nobody grows sugar in Europe. Rice and beans are not a natural food. In quotes. And they are extremely bad for you. They are natural foods. There's
They're
nothing
some
wrong
of the
with.
oldest foods out there, aren't they?
They're some of the most non-GMO foods out there. Is beans.
And he actually said this. Are you
Yeah,
sure nobody's
yeah.
putting words in his mouth?
Yeah,
He sounds a bit arrogant.
Wow.
You're uneducated and you have a lot of money. You're gonna be arrogant. And he's got a great idea, and I totally promote what he's doing. He's had 4 wives, yet he admits in quotes that he got a 19-year-old girl pregnant out of wedlock, and he's like, because she liked me, and well, if you're boasting this
Did
stuff,
she like him or did she like the money?
Yeah, and that's a good question. That's a good question too. But this guy,
Let's not split hairs here. All right.
this guy who's swears to his word that he's good for his word is not good for his word on a lot of things.
He's wrong
and makes
in a
him
lot of areas,
Yeah,
yeah.
makes him a lot less credible. And he also has said in quotes, "I'm not wise. To be wise, you have to go to school." Yet he takes pride that he doesn't need school and doesn't have to go to school. So he's contradictory. He also boasts that smoking weed and breathing it into your lungs is one of the most healthy things. It's completely healthy.
Smoking lead?
Weed.
Weed,
Marijuana.
okay.
Yep.
Which is,
Right, and
is
there's more
indeed, it's
studies coming out
there's
showing
a lot of
that,
studies coming out, but of the chemical is good for you. Putting carcinogens in your lungs is hands down bad for you.
Yeah, you can't say that
you
it's
can't
not.
argue
Yeah.
that.
See, I think this is one of those things where it's like he's got one of the puzzle pieces, but he doesn't have the rest of the puzzle or the whole picture,
Yeah.
I should say. I think it's a lot like that for a lot of things.
So is that the 19-year-old girl?
That's a good question.
No, it's not. But he's not even alive anymore. You know, last year he passed away, and here's the little conspiracy on that. So get this. So he's naturally from Honduras. So he's going to visit his family, vacation there, et cetera, et cetera. And so last year, he's always been told that he can keep over $10,000 on, like, bring money into the country so he can spend it while he's there. Mm-hmm. And over $10,000, which is against the law. So he went into the airport, and they asked him how much money he had on him, and he claimed, he's like, well, I got $35,000 in cash. And they arrested him for laundering money.
Oh, that is so stupid.
Sent to prison, and within 3 months, he died.
In prison.
Yep, of pneumonia. So what perfect in the big farm companies to have a story that this world-famous holistic practitioner healing people of AIDS and cancer died of a disease when he's the healer of all diseases.
Oh, but he had no control.
But they don't want to talk about him being in jail.
And yeah, it was not publicized that he was arrested until he was actually dead.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. And even better, there's no autopsy.
Oh, sure, right.
That's just what the jail said in a request of an autopsy, and they said they didn't write one up.
Yep.
So, how convenient.
Yep. You know, for a guy that can carry around $35,000 in cash, would think he'd have a nicer shirt on.
That's true.
You know.
Eating simple, living simple.
Yeah, touche, right?
So his company is not dead. It is lived on by his daughter and 10 of their close friends that run the website still, push healthy eating and the supplements.
I suppose basically everything's kind of on cruise control. They just basically have to maintain the...
Yeah, if they've got the recipes, so to speak, right?
Oh, yeah, if the manufacturers just keep making it, they keep making it.
I can't believe the cost, though. I mean, if that was $100 a month...
I mean, look at this. Advanced package, $750.
So click on one of these. Let's do more info.
So this would be a 1 month supply, and it looks here that you're getting...
So you're
getting 10 bottles here for $750.
So what does this claim in the cure do?
And that's the best package, that's the best part, is that this thing, it tells you the key benefits here, but not too many details. This advanced package provides specific elements to expedite the healing process. This package revitalizes and engages intercellular advancement and ease in detoxification.
Well, yeah, does it work on the liver, the lungs? I mean, it doesn't tell you what it's concentrating.
It doesn't tell you, but it says any questions, please call their company.
Go down to the reviews and see what some of those people are saying.
But reviews are controlled, mind you. It's not Amazon. It's a private website.
Oh, that's a good point.
This person needs it bad. They want information. This one has a friend in need.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything.
This person ordered.
I was hoping to see
a bunch of one ranks there.
I want to see something like this help me with my skin or something like that, you know.
This person has 1 star and says, the people said they purchased this product, will report back in a month, and nobody reported back yet. And that just...
Well, in this person's defense, it actually, it's just right at that 1 month period, maybe.
That's true.
It was just like December 26th of last year.
Well, let's go 13 back to get some older ones.
Yeah.
Wait,
it
right
works
there.
For me,
Go
yes.
down.
Yeah.
Why are the reviews hardly months old? Why shouldn't there be 20, 30 years of reviews, or however long this website's been on, you know?
Maybe he just got the website up.
Website's been up for a lot of years, and he's been dead since 2016.
So
he died in June 2016.
So it's apparently helped her HIV.
Yeah, and that's another thing is he really curing HIV? I don't think so.
I think it's just keeping it.
I think it's kept in remission at such low levels that it's not detectable. And with poor eating diets, it will come back. I mean, you're talking about a virus that nobody's found a cure for.
It's like the herpes thing where if you eat orange vitamin C, it kind of keeps it from outbreaking.
Sure. Like the right supplements will keep your immune system in check. You know, with a certain illnesses, the right amount of vitamins will keep a strong cellular structure and keep your immune system strong. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what this is doing. And in some cases, beating it back. And for curable diseases, like cancer is curable. You know, you can get rid of bad cells. This has been the cure for cancer for some people.
See if you can find another review on there, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, let me.
Because that review is just a little over a year old.
Okay, let's go to the all-inclusive because that would be the most expensive one. Bam! $1,500.
Female estrol.
Okay, let's go down the reviews.
Well, that one was not too long ago there at all.
Saw weight loss, increase in energy, skin quality kept improving.
That's pretty expensive though, just for only those benefits.
Yeah, and it's a 30-day package. It's a 15, and he's selling 1,000 of these. I mean,
You must be popping like 10 pills a day or something, right?
Oh yeah, if you have all those,
If that whole set.
you got multiple tinctures here, pills, powders. I see one powder.
Jesus.
It's a ton of supplement every day.
That's crazy, man.
Let's get a calculator out and just okay. So he said he was selling 1,000 of these kits.
I guess the biggest thing is if you're on your deathbed, like from cancer.
What's
and you got
50?
money,
Yeah.
you might as well try it, right?
Yep. Yeah. You grasp at straws anyway at that point, right?
If I got cancer, I'm not gonna do fucking the
Chemo.
radiation chemo.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
fuck
chemo.
that.
You could be on this for 5 years for the cost of just one round of treatment.
How much does that cost?
A lot, probably. I'm guessing.
6,000 a
hospitals
sitting.
ain't cheap
Is
anyway.
that what it is? $6,000 a sitting.
Jesus, fuck that.
So if you have multiple treatments, you can easily,
Yeah.
$6,000. There's that's 4 months of this product.
I would do this, and I would eat right. Don't put all that shit. Only vegetables, fruit.
And in a certain situation, this would be the right way to go. It all depends on how advanced you are and if supplements can turn you around at your point of your own body's damage.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather try.
Yeah.
Better trying than not. So.
Thank you for joining us on Talk is Cheap. I hope you learned something today. Thank you for joining us on Talk is Cheap. I hope you learned something today about Dr. Sebi and his supplements and the cure for cancer and all other diseases and healthy living. If you would like to look into his product, go into the description below and we got a link. And if you got a review, try putting it on the website and also send one to us in the comments. Thank you. Until next time.